Hi, my name's Malika. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and although I love my home, I've always had a travel bug. So when I got my letter from Northeastern stating that I had been accepted into NUin, I was ecstatic. After a few weeks of debating which site to choose, I took the plunge and chose to study in Sydney, Australia. Here is the reasoning behind my choice. I would be studying at a world-renowned university with a stunning campus to match. I would have access to some of the world's most famous beaches right at my fingertips. I would always be sure to find delicious food. I would be surrounded by interesting animals. And I wanted to be around Australian accents. I had high hopes for my experience, but I had no idea about the life-changing experiences I was really in for. Let me share with you my NUin experience in Sydney, Australia. As soon as I got on the plane, I knew there was no turning back. From the first day there, I already felt like I was bonding with an amazing group of people. Even though I didn't know anyone super well, there was definitely an immediate sense of community. The people I met on my first day in Sydney are now some of my best friends, and during my time in Australia with them, I've had some of my grandest adventures. On days off, you could find us exploring the inspiring city that we lived in. Some days we would relax at iconic Bondi Beach. Other days we would go explore near the Opera House. Sometimes we would check out the diverse and delicious food scene. And on weekends, we made sure to hit up the nightlife and always would follow it with a 3 a.m. Macca's run. Nonetheless, if I wasn't having the time of my life exploring, you could find me on the picturesque University of Sydney campus. At USyd, I took 4 classes, my favorite class being an Australian sports and culture class. Through that class, I got the opportunity to go to famous and exciting Australian sports games, including rugby games and my favorite, Australian rules football games. Before we knew it, it was midterm break. Me and 7 of my closest girlfriends got on a plane to Airlie Beach. While I was there, I snorkeled and scuba dived on the Great Barrier Reef, went boating, and explored the Whitsunday Islands. I also went to one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, Whitehaven Beach. It was hands down one of the best vacations that I have ever been on. Back home, the study grind continued, and cooking started to become easier and a lot more fun. For service learning, I worked at a restaurant called Lentil as Anything, a non-profit organization dedicated to serving and bettering the community through offering delicious and healthy meals to all people regardless of socioeconomic status, race, or anything that could possibly marginalize someone. Through working as a waitress at Lentil, I was able to interact with many different people, which was a really rewarding experience to have. Through the business of daily life and balancing school, service, traveling, days on the town, and nights out, I learned valuable time management skills that I will for sure take with me back to Northeastern. Through my few months in Sydney, I grew as a person in ways I didn't expect to. I feel so confident in my abilities to take care of myself. Through living on my own, I learned how to cook, clean, budget my money, and advocate for what I need. My self-confidence has grown exponentially, and I'm so looking forward to what the future holds. I'm really sad to leave the place I have called home and have grown to love. I will miss the Australians I have met here, the beautiful landscapes, USyd, and Urban Nest. I will never forget the wonderful experiences I have had here. This has made me hungrier to explore more and has inspired me to step out of my comfort zone. I will take with me everything that I have learned here and apply that to my future at Northeastern.